Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the next session on our Amazon Live webinar. It is 2 p.m. right now here in Singapore. My name is Jun Liang and I will be starting shortly. So meanwhile, do let me know if you can see my slides and hear me well. All right, thanks for confirming. All right, so good afternoon once again. Thank you very much for joining the session today. We have quite a bit of content to cover and also quite a big audience today. So warm welcome to the session today. I will be starting to talk about this topic on the North American market overview. So at any point of time, if you have any questions, please do let me know in the Q&A box. All right. So once again, my name is Jun Liang and I'm the trainer here in Amazon Seller Education team, which is under Amazon Global Selling. So later on, I might have Sean to join us to answer the Q&A at the Q&A session, all right? So without further ado, I'm going to start right on now. So do take note that the session today will be recorded, so you can find the recording at our webinar recording YouTube playlist. I will be sharing it on the follow-up emails on where you can find the recording as well. So again, if there's any questions you would like to know more, please put in the Q&A box and I can address it before the end of the session. And also, if you're watching this recording, please always refer back to the Seller University or Seller Central Help for the latest information. All right, these are just some important notice. And we will head right through in. So today we'll be covering about what is the North American market overview, and then what could be the 2023 strategy for overseas operations, and what are the new seller incentives. All right, so to focus more on the Amazon North America, now usually the first stop for new sellers. This is just the overview. So you can see that there's about 1.1 plus trillions in terms of the e-commerce sales in 2022. And then there is about 240 millions of people shopping online in the North American market. All right. And then, of course, you know about the FBA. So FBA inventory can be shipped directly to the different market here, such as the Canada and Mexico as well, and the United States, obviously. So making it very easy for you to expand your business opportunity across the different continents. So these are just some trends as well on the sales on Amazon's North American store. It's been growing rapidly year after year. So this kind of gives you an idea on, what are the potentials in all these markets. All right, we'll touch more on the US stores. So it is usually the largest market, full range of categories. There's a lot of support and it's usually the preferred site for new sellers. Now, again, these are the US retail e-commerce sales trend from 2020 and projected up to 2026. All right, you can see there is a huge growth in terms of the retail e-commerce sales and the total percentage of the total retail sales that is, growing strong even up to 2026 projected values. And we all know in Amazon US, it is consistently ranked first in the market share in terms of market share over there. You can see these are the official the source that was released. The sources are here, you can see. So almost all the product categories in the US store have seen a very positive growth trend. And of course, there are many more opportunities emerge from the Amazon US store. Now, next, I'm going to share with you what are some of the hot selling products in the Amazon US store. So example like this, you see over here, consumer electronics are very, very popular over there. Things like these smart home products, security speakers, smart security speaker, tablets, accessories, etc. All right, these are usually, large in terms of category evaluation. These are large demands and volume, and especially for leading brands. So the updates are quick, whenever it comes to electronics. So seller must find niche and then to take advantage of trends, promotions, and also the retail seasons. Now, especially in terms of the operational priorities, so you do have to pay attention. There's a couple of like product compliance in terms of the intellectual property issue as well, and you have to respond quickly to the trends if you are going to sell consumer electronic products in the US. And what are typical industrial belts? So manufacturer or the factories that's actually manufacturing electronics products are usually concentrated in the Pearl River Delta region. So this is somewhere in a region in China. So the next hot and selling product in the Amazon US store is actually the apparel and fashions. They are things like the women's top, sportswear, pajamas, loungewear, etc. And it is still the place with the most opportunity for growth, making it easier to profit from greater traffic. There's strong demand for especially personalized products and seasonal products. There is a stable supply chain, and then the industrial belt are quite a lot compared to the consumer electronics. So you can see over here, I won't be going through every single of the cities that is manufacturing these products. Now the next hot category that you can consider are the home and garden. So they are the examples such as the gardening tools, cleaning, outdoor furnitures. So unlike people, or rather unlike consumer in Singapore, where most of these citizen shoppers in Singapore usually don't stay in a like big landed place. Over there in US, it's usually a bigger area in terms of where people live. They have a larger land space, so most of them would have things like gardens that they have to tend to, or bigger space that they can have more recreational creative in their home. So there is a high demand in terms of like outdoor furnitures and then cleaning equipment and gardening as well. So the other one will be health and personal care and beauty. So these are like the skincare product, makeups, beauty product, personal care, and some of the massager kind of product. All right. So although there are demand there, do take notes on in terms of the operational priorities. All these products usually products that kind of being consumed orally or touching the skin usually require certain regulatory compliance requirements, documents and approval from the different US regulatory in order to be able to list it on these stores. So do take note of that. Yeah. So another thing is to note is that if you are not aware yet, but if you are also selling not just in the US, you can also sell it to the Canada and also the Mexico shoppers. So if you are using FBA to fulfill your products, you can ship it directly to your Canada and Mexico store consumer and shoppers as well. So this is something to take note of. You will be able to help you expand your business opportunity across the other North America market, not just the US. So these are the Canada store top level kind of trend that you see over here. So again, in terms of the e-commerce sales projection from in Canada from 2020 to 2026, we can see there's a growth as well. All right, I'll briefly just run through the slides since that is something that we can read through. All right, we'll focus more on the US, but it's also good to know that keep in mind if you already or plan to sell in US, I would say that you can start from US, where most of the new seller will start from, and then from then on, you can once you get yourself familiarized, you can expand to the other markets easily by knowing that there are tools and available to help you to build international listing. There are fulfillment services that could actually help you fulfill your products to the other market as well. So for your information as well, in the Canada store, we do see the hot selling product are things like the furniture and storage category, things like shoe rack, freestanding closet or dish drainer storage basket. This kind of product are quite popular over there in the Canada store, as well as the bathroom product. So things like the storage rack, towel rack, floor drains, and tissue holder, shower curtain, etc. is something that is popular there, hot selling too. So another one will be power and indoor environment products. So they are the products like humidifier, portable air conditioner, etc. All right, and also the outdoor and travel products. So the example would be like e-bikes, tents, coolers, camping stove, etc. So hope this kind of gives you an idea. I also do note that certain stores will have different kind of hot selling product depending on the trends over there. Now the third stores in the North America market will be the Mexico store. So there is a huge young customer base and there is a large potential in terms of the demographic divide. Similarly, we do see there's a projected growth over there in the Mexico retail landscape. In terms of the e-commerce ranking, it is ranked number 2. So Amazon is ranked number 2 over there. All right, and you can see that the GDP per capita is also pretty high up over there. All right. So most consumer over there in Mexico, as mentioned, they are mostly from the 15 to 34 years old, which consists about more than 50% of the consumers over there. So they are kind of now the drivers of the e-commerce in Mexico, the young crowd. Yeah. Now we look at how it's different for the Mexico store. The popular hot selling products are things in the furniture and the home category. They are like desk lamp, tower fans, etc. And another one will be the electronic office products. Similarly, slightly similar to the US, which is one of the popular product that we've seen is also on the consumer electronics product. Things like these headphones, smartwatches, music players, yeah. And then the kitchen products. So there are some overlap as we see in the Canada store, which is also one of the popular category in the Canada store. So similarly for the Amazon Mexico store as well. Things that is in the kitchens like the electric whisker, reusable lunch bag, countertop mixer, kitchen storage also. So lastly, furniture is also one of the hot selling product in Mexico stores. Now, I'm pretty sure now you have seen all these, hot selling product in a different store. You must have, a lot of ideas running through your minds, or whether or not you already have a product in mind, thinking of whether or not you can expand the business, or whether or not what are the kind of products that you think will be sellable in the market that you want to invest in. So let's look at, what are the strategy that we can kind of look for in terms of the operation in the North America. So this is something that we have in plan that we see will be great for the new seller that is starting up. All right, so usually at the right of the start, so this is where probably you join this kind of similar webinar where you start to think about product selection, what kind of products that you think will sell well, depending on your experience or depending on whether or not you might already have a product in mind. You just want to validate based on the certain product selections tool that you can find to see whether your product is in a niche in a certain market. All right. And then if you have not registered for the seller account, the professional selling account, this is where you will also start to do your registration. All right. And something that we'd also recommend for sellers who want to really invest in the long run, you do not want to be just you do not want to be just a reseller or selling products that is not under your brand. You may want to do your own private labeling. So this is where you can start to also think about brand registration, whether or not you want to file your trademark, whether you want to go down the route of having your own personal brand, your own private label brand to kickstart your business. And then there are things like start thinking about your listing and then how you're going to fulfill your product using either FBA or using your own fulfillment methods, right? So all these, right, can actually be found in this guide that we have. It is called the Jumpstart Playbook, how you can navigate the critical first 90 days. We do also have another webinar in August regarding the first 90 days, how you can start your store in the first 90 days. All right. So this gives you an idea, after you do up all your product selection, setting up your listing, liaising and getting your shipments and products ready to ship to the Amazon fulfillment center, then you will start to hopefully start to see more sales, and you run advertising, and then be prepared for all the up and coming big sales event that we have here. So right now, you probably know Prime Day had recently just over. It has started in July this month, so it's over for about 2 weeks already. So the next up and coming is probably Black Friday, Cyber Monday. All right, this is just something that we shared earlier on. We always got this feedback that we hear is that, oh, new account doesn't mean that it's very difficult to have new order. So the answer is actually no. All right. So in fact, there are these first 90 days where there are opportunities. We can open up opportunity in three major ways over here. And then there are the different tools that we will also recommend as action guidance to new sellers in terms of the what are the traffic tools that you can look at. In the first 20 days, you can start to look at using Amazon fulfillment by Amazon to fulfill your products. And after that, you can also start looking at running Amazon ads to have more visibility, to drive more traffic to your listing. And then the other resources available, if you are available to run certain deals, or you can even set up coupons or promotion to attract your shoppers. And the other tools to get more orders, there'll be tools like Amazon Brand Registry. So being enrolled in the Amazon Brand Registry gives your shopper a higher sense of confidence in terms of the brand they are purchasing from. They will feel more authentic, and also usually will get better conversion, given that they know that the brand they are purchasing from is actually run through this rigorous Amazon Brand Registry registration. All right. And the other tools available is the A+ content. So once you unlock the brand building features when you are registered in Amazon Brand Registry, you will get access to a lot of different features that can help you build your content in terms of a better listing, high quality listing. All right, I'm going to share a few tips. Now, the first tip is to get order and traffic. So this is what we will do in the first 90 days. Right, you can read through this. And then the tip two is to get more orders and traffic, you can build your brand on Amazon. So these are the different tools, like I mentioned earlier, like brand registry, brand protections, brand marketing tools, and the data available for you to analyze and improve your, your sales. So carry on. Tip three is to continuously optimize and improve the quality of your listings. Right, and these are all the tools and guides available to help you continuously improve your listing. And on tip four is really to get more traffic. There is a lot of the marketing opportunities and tools are available to drive more traffic. Things like Amazon Live, something new, right? So you can do your own like live streams and then promote your product through that when using your live streams. All right, and there are something like Amazon Posts as well, right? You can create posts, short posts about your products, and there is your own store. So Amazon, this is the one, Amazon brand store, right? So you can create your own, essentially like your own website on Amazon.com, so that when people visit your so-called your store, it gives the kind of branding, the brand story you want to share to your shoppers. All right, the last tip is really about what are the different promotional tools available to help you continuously drive more traffic. You can see that we have a lot like the outlet deals, coupons, 7-day deals, lightning deals, prime exclusive discount, buy one, get one, and also like social media promo codes. These are all the tools available that you can use to promote and kind of promote and motivate your sellers to buy your products. Yeah. All right, I hope everyone is still with me. Do take note, if you have any questions, please feel free to put into the Q&A box. All right, now on the part 3, I'm going to share what are the incentives available for new sellers like yourself. So we have this incentive, what we call the new seller incentive. So who can participate? So new sellers who met the following criteria will be automatically enrolled in the new seller incentive program. Now the first criteria will be over here. All right. So seller will have to register under the professional selling account. And the second one is that the seller actually list the first viable ASIN on or after the 1st of March this year. So this is the eligibility for the new seller incentive for this year. All right, and these are the incentives that you're going to get over here to really help new seller to get started on their business. So there will be up to 150,000 of sales rebates, and there are other benefit that I will go through in a few slides as well. And also there will be a dashboard in Seller Central. Once you have the account, you will be able to track how many of these benefits have you already utilized on. So you don't have to worry, oh, is this benefits for me, whether or not have I used it, how much if I have used the benefits. So you get a clear idea of how much of the benefits you have managed to utilize it under the new seller incentive program. Okay, so some of the benefits stated here, it's not everything, but I think these are the key benefits that is good to share. There's a lot more as well. So there'll be some links I will also share under the video description when I upload the video as well, so you do not have to copy any of this link. Now, in terms of helping you with your brand growth, so for brand owners, right, 5% of the brand sales will be refunded in your first year or up to the first 1 million US dollar sales. So that's it's up to 150,000 USD for up to the multiple stores. And also you'll get up to US $200 to participate in the wine product discount. Right. So the Vine is a program to for review. So it's kind of like a review management kind of program. So with the amount you'll be able to participate, meaning that you will get there'll be some Vine reviewers will review your products and give you quality and truthful reviews for your products. All right. And in terms of helping you to expand your business, so in terms of the fulfillment, there is up to US $200 of fulfillment center shipping fee discount. And also you'll be enrolled in what we call the FBA new selection program. So it's another set of incentive for sellers who are leveraging FBA to fulfill their products. So in terms of that, on the last part, there are benefits as well to help you in terms of the discoverability and the conversions of your products. So there'll be up to $50 fee promotion for coupons, and also up to $50 that you can use to run your sponsored ads. So if you're still, wondering what other products that you can explore on, don't worry on that. So once you have the account, so in the Seller Central, you get access. If you are using a professional selling account, you get access to product selection tool, what we call the Opportunity Explorer tool under the Seller Central. So over there, you can do the detailed kind of search and understanding of the trends and preference of the different markets. So we will have another session next on August as well regarding how you can use the Opportunity Explorer tool effectively. So using the tool, you will be able to search the different trends on what are the feedback and reviews that you can see from the different items, and also what is the sales in the past 90 days, etc. This will give you a sense of, let's say if you have a product in mind, you can go on and do a search on so-called a similar product or competitor, just to get a sense of whether or not you think will it be sellable in terms of the data that is presented to you. So this will help you a lot in terms of your product selection. And in that tool, you can also see what are the reviews that was given for the different products ASIN. So that will also help you to determine, let's say if you are manufacturing your own product, by looking at some of the reviews, you may be able to improve your product using those reviews that you see over there to make it better. Alright, this is the FBA new selection program that I was talking about earlier on. So you will get the free monthly storage and removal and the free inventory removal and also liquidation, as well as 10% rebates on average for your eligible new to FBA ASINs. All right. And these are some of the other tools as well, which along the way, you may also get to use it once you start to expand your business. All right. There'll be things like building international listings that can help you do some form of automatic translations if you're selling in the different market that is not English language. So you will have to do some translation when you're using this tool to build your listings for the other markets. And also there is the SPN, what we call the service provider network. If you do need other what we call other support, there is this service, so-called this service provider network that has a lot of the different services provided, such as you can see over here, other logistic services, compliance, operations, support, ads, and help to manage your different tax reporting. So in Seller Central, you get access to reach out to all these providers that is part of the Amazon Service Provider Network that you can reach out to, and there will be a fee. That is something that you will negotiate with you will discuss with the providers directly. All right, so last but not least, we are almost to the end. You can find more information if you're somebody who likes to read up. There is Seller University. You can access it, and over there you can also keep track of your learning progress. So these are the two guides I was sharing at the start of it. So the first one is the seller registration guide. So if you have not registered yet, this is a good guide that you can start to go and take a look and kickstart your registration. And then the second one is the perfect jumpstart and launch playbook. So once you have your account, or even when you can do it concurrently, you can have a good read on what are the things that you can kickstart during your first 90 days of your selling journey with Amazon. All right, these are the resources I will share at the video description. And then before I head on to the live Q&A, I have some frequently asked questions that I want to share with everyone. All right, the first frequently asked question I always hear is that if our listing is on Amazon.com, does FBA in SG, Singapore, ship to FBA in US for customers? So the answer is no. The FBA fulfillment center in SG will not be able to ship to your customers in USA. So you have to ship your fulfillment. You should ship your product to the fulfillment center in the USA if you are selling to the customer in US. All right, in the North America. Now, however, if you intend to sell internationally, you can enroll in what we call the FBA export program, and you can store the inventory in the US fulfillment center. All right, and they can ship to the other country. All right, now this is provided if you do not have a SG account. Right now, obviously, if you are also selling in Amazon or SG, you can definitely go to your Amazon SG account and create your shipment plan there to get the address for the SG fulfillment center to sell to the SG market. Yeah, to take note of the difference, huh? So what are the requirements to sell gated or restricted products? So you see that earlier I shared a lot of different products that you can sell or are hot selling in the different Amazon stores. But do take note that for some of the products, especially things in terms of the got to do with electricity, got to do with children, and got to do with the skin and consumption of it. All these products usually requires the regulatory certification or approval from the US regulatory authority. All right. So this one you will need to really do your due diligence first, depending on the product you want to sell or you want to lease. There's a lot. So there's another way you can just list it first, and then you will be able to tell if they require additional approval or any certification you need to upload before your listing go live. So that's another way you can do it. All right. So the last one is, I am currently researching product to sell. Any tips you can give me as a first timer? So I was sharing this slide earlier on, yes. So you can definitely try using the Opportunity Explorer tool in Seller Central first. All right, alternatively, you can use the service provider network to find a provider that you want to work with. All right. So we also encourage you to sign up an account if you have not signed up yet. So for those who have not signed up an account, if you're not aware, this is something that will be shown during your registration as well. So you will pay for the first month, and then for the second month, if you do not have any active listing, you will be charged. So meaning that if you really just want to utilize perhaps the product opportunity tool or get yourself used to the look and feel of navigating around Seller Central or get access to those other materials in Seller University and help, you can sign up for the account and then pay for the first month when you sign up, and then do not create any active listing. Then you will not be charged for the second month. So in a way, you can use the product opportunity tools to help you kind of narrow down what are the products that you want to sell on Amazon. So the last frequently question I have is about the brand registry, or the so-called trademark. So to sell in Amazon.com, right, do I need to register my trademark in the US, or can it be in SG, or maybe even Philippines or other local trademark, right? So for the SG, since I'm located here, I'm more familiarized regarding the center here that gives the trademark. So in Singapore, you can register your trademark under the SG IPOS, Intellectual Property of Singapore. So this with this trademark registration, you can enroll into the brand registry and you can unlock the brand tools. But all right, there's a red but there, huh? But if you want to enforce, the trademark on the Amazon.com listing, you will need to register the trademark in the US to have all the protection for your product listing. So do take note of the difference. All right. So if you have, let's say, trademark in Philippines as well, you can use it to enroll into brand registry. You can unlock all the branding tools like A+ content, etc. But you won't be able to enforce any form of, like, if there's any infringements of a product, you won't be able to enforce it on your .com listing because trademark is region dependent. So if you're selling in .com, the Amazon US, and you want to be able to have the kind of brand protection in the US, you will have to register your trademark under the US PTO, if I'm not wrong, the office. But you can check out the link on the different eligibility. They will show you all the different other trademark centers, or should I call, trademark officers in the different local country that is being accepted into Amazon brand registry. Yeah. All right, so I will look at what other questions that I have over here. Meanwhile, if you have other questions, please feel free to share with me in the Q&A box. I will be able to help to address it now. Right, let me take a look what questions that we have. All right. All right, so I have a question from Lindy. Thanks for asking the question. So the question is, now given that there are significant costs to sell to the Amazon US store, for example, such as the sales tax, monthly tax filing, etc., is there a sweet spot of a certain volume of sales and pricing for this to make sense? Now, I have one suggestion because, actually I myself is also a seller as well. So what I normally do, you can consider my suggestion, is that I would use the tools. There is this tool called FBA Revenue Calculator. I will share that as well with you. Let me just put it here. So you can actually search on Google as well, FBA revenue calculator. You can use it even without a account, right? So using this tool, right, you can put in the amount that you have in terms of, what is your cost of your item, how much sales that you think you will be able to have, and what is the amount of the quantity that you're storing, and what are the fulfillment fees, and the other costs that you probably know in terms of the sales tax, etc. So you can put all that in, and then at the end, it will give you a sense of how much of the so-called the margin that you'll be able to have with that input you put in. So that actually gives me a sense of, whether or not I think really makes sense in terms of how much should I price in order for me to get a good, in terms of get a good cost, good revenue, good profit from it, and then how much I need to sell in order to also, find a balance between the cost and the volume. Yeah. So this is, the only suggestion that I can give you right now, because I think there will be a lot of other different factors, such as where you are getting where you're getting your products, etc. The different pricing is something that you will have the answer. So you can go on there, use the tool, and put in the numbers that you're aware of, and they will calculate it for you. All right, so I'm still here. Let me know if you have other questions. All right, I'll still be here, so let me know if you have more questions. So meanwhile, these are the upcoming webinars that we have in August. You can take a look. The sign up link will be up shortly. So just to give you a sense of what the upcoming sessions that we're going to run. All right, so for those of you who want some help in terms of the registrations, you can join our registration guidance. All right, or for those of you who are interested on how you can use the product opportunity tools effectively, we have a session regarding that. All right, and also Q4 shopping season is coming. All right, so you may want to join if you are interested to know. I know most of you may not have the account yet or in the process of registration, but it's always good to understand more. So for me myself, I did a lot of research before I even try to sell in a different markets. Yeah. So I think it's important as a seller to know, what we are getting into in terms of different costs involved, or in terms of the time investment required. All right. So any questions from anyone? Also, there are the seller community you can join. So over here is a community for, I think the one I share is for Singapore. So I know in the Philippines, we also have another seller community. So if you do need that, let me know. I can share with you as well. All right. And then for all the recordings, you'll be recorded. In the second QR code, you can take a look on the past session. So even if you miss out on a session, that's fine. So long you register for it, you will get an email regarding the URL, and then you can go and check it out on the topics that you have missed. And then also on the video, you'll be time-stamped accordingly. So you don't have to watch through the whole video segment. You can just look at the timestamp that I put in the video description, and you can go to the different section directly. So right now I'm in the midst of kind of updating the timestamp for all the previous recording. So yep, just bear with me if you see some of the recording do not have a timestamp yet, because I'm still in the midst of updating it. And for those who are located in Singapore, there are some in-person sessions, and I know in Philippines as well. So from the first, I think if I'm not wrong, 1st of August to 4th of August, I think there are some in-person event in Philippines, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, if you want to find out more, you can head on to the Philippines seller community to check it out. Yeah. And also for Singapore, there are in-person event as well. So you can take a look at the first link here, first QR code. You can see what are the upcoming in-person event for the Singapore sellers, and also the webinars that we have will be there as well for you to register. So yep, I hope everyone have a good time here. So if there are no other questions, I will see you at the next session on the 28th. So the last session for July will be about promotional tools and how you can use it effectively. So in that session, we'll talk about what are the different promotional tools available. You probably get a sense of what are the tools earlier on in the slides. So in the session on July 28th on Friday, I will go a little bit more deeper on what situation do you use those tools and how you can use it well in terms of your running your stores on Amazon. All right, so that will be all. Hope you have a very good afternoon. I'll see you in the next session. And again, my name is Chi Liang. Have a good day. Bye bye.